Hello and welcome, this is Gunner, and we're back with some more BattleTech. In the last video, we completed a contract mission that went pretty well. We only have to do a little bit of repair, so let's go ahead and do that now. So we just have to repair the blackjack, and that's only going to take a little bit of money in one day, so that's not too bad. Now we do have a full lance ready to go, so I may think about doing... before I do anything, though, I would like to get that blackjack up so that we have it available. Doing a contract here. Let's take a look, though, at our contracts. You know what? Before I forget, let's do the mech warriors. See if we have any experience to do. Invest. Okay. I don't know if I really want to do anything with my character, so let's move on. Medusa didn't get enough experience. Jalopy, no. Unless I'm missing something with him. No, okay. Glitch. Alright, so we could get gunnery skill up. Or I could get tactics up. Which... yeah, let's do gunnery. We already did tactics once. I think we can get that gunnery skill up. So let's go ahead and confirm that.
Training complete.
Decker.
Good to go.
Okay, so... you have enough to invest in piloting, which would get you more evasion, which you could use, or we save for the tactics. I think we get that evasion. I think that would be important for now, and then we'll invest in the evasion. I'm sorry, in the tactics. So confirm, and then Behemoth. Let's go with your second skill, and I do eventually want to get you along here, but I think multi-target will be pretty valuable. If you're meant to just sit there and fight it out, multi-target would be pretty useful, especially if we're going to have you pilot the Centurion, which I think is the game plan. So let's get that multi-target. And I guess we'll get you some tactics as well, so we can get that indirect fire penalty down. And then the rest you'll save, because we couldn't spend it anyway. Okay.
Confirmed, Commander.
I think that's all we need to do there, so let's take a look at our contracts. Alright, so we have one... that's a travel mission that takes us back to Weldery. It's not very high paying, although it has decent salvage, so I'd probably go more in for the salvage on that one. It's a recovery mission. That's a new one. It is travel. As I said, we already have a lance ready to go. Now, it's the same difficulty as some of these other ones we see here, which is going to be in the system we're currently in. So let's take a look at the ones that were, here, because it probably would be nice to have some money. We are doing these upgrades to the Argo. It'd probably be a good idea to get some money so we can at least afford that. So this one pays more, and again, same difficulty. Salvage is the same. Let's just look back and forth between them. So this one's a lowlands, and this one's tundra. Okay, so starting off, we've got a battle and a battle. They're both the same there. Many years ago, we fought a lengthy conflict with the pirates here in Kimi. Recently, however, news has trickled in from a remote region of the planet. Enemy forces harrying regional transportation. Eyewitness reports describe very old mechs and colors from the conflict long since ended. Here to show these old mech warriors that the war is over for them as well. Okay, Commander, we can't underestimate these old-timers, but fortunately we can expect poorly maintained mechs. Finish them quickly. Okay, there's that. Then we have forward observers. Our scouts have observed pirate military units covertly surveying military and industrial targets. This increased activity from the local pirate organization near several priority facilities suggests a strike is coming soon. Tasking you with intercepting the scout lance that's identifying targets and eliminating it before it can report back. We don't have any intelligence about our possible enemy forces on the ground, Commander, so keep your eyes open. Alright, with that in mind, I think we're just going to go with the higher paying one here. They're both the same kind of mission, although the details are different. But this one kind of sounds interesting to me. Yeah, Tundra would give us some benefits in having our mechs run cooler, but it gives the enemy those same benefits. So let's go ahead and go with the Stubborn Surrender here. Now, I'm probably going to go 50-50, so we get a little bit more cash. Although the salvage of these mechs that we're going to be facing, if they are indeed mechs, might be good for us. But let's go with that. Okay. So, we're going to end up having to use the commando, and I think we put the commando in on my pilot, as I do have that kind of hit-and-run skill set. The Jenner will stay with Decker. Now, I eventually want to modify the Jenner to make it a little bit more effective in my mind, but can't afford to have it out for the meantime, so we are going to sit on that one. And then Behemoth here. I think I'm going to take Glitch out. Even though Glitch is the more, the more experienced pilot, I would really want to have Jalopy get some experience so that we can have her be the backup gunner or support pilot. There may come a time where we run 2 support mechs. It'd be nice to have 2 pilots for that. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and deploy. And we are running light, and that may be a concern at this difficulty level. We'll have to see. Hopefully the enemy doesn't outnumber us too badly. All right, here we go.
Command interface initiated.
Looks like we found our targets, Commander. Move forward and clear them out. Oh, wow, they're pretty close to us already. Okay, it looks like they're somewhat heavier mechs. Be careful, these mechs may be old and poorly well maintained, but they can still kill you. Yeah, it looks like we're looking at, I'm trying to get an indication here. So it looks like a Blackjack, 2 Hunchbacks, and a Yager mech, from what I'm seeing from here. All right, well, we can use mobility possibly to deal with these guys. So that's what I'm going to strive to do, because most of their mechs are slow. So I should be able to pull that off. Let's move our slower stuff first.
Standing by.
So we'll put you there. Might be able to use terrain to our advantage. Elevation is going to be good, but I don't know how we would use that necessarily. Not unless we came over here. You know what? I kind of am regretting making the move with the Centurion now. We could always have the Centurion come meet us, so it's not that big of a deal. But looking at the terrain in the battlefield, I think we'd have a better chance over here. So we're going to kind of regroup on this hill.
Affirmative.
So the Jenner I'm going to send over here. Well, you know what? Probably not going to contact him on the first turn, so I'll stay more out in the open. Same thing for you. Yeah, and the Centurion we're going to have come with us. I just started thinking about that elevation and how elevation can be an advantage for targeting. And in that regard, we're definitely going to want to set up on that side. So Behemoth is going to try and meet up with us.
Copy that.
And Jalopy is going to set up probably right where we are at the moment. Eventually, maybe making it to here would be good. Okay. Put me right there. And we'll take the cover here. That's good evasion bonus going. And maybe we'll scout these guys out. But we're gonna kind of do a fighting retreat if it comes down to it. Okay. So now, Behemoth.
Commander.
We might even set up in the woods over here, actually. So let's stay out in the open. We may contact them soon, but we could always duck into the woods here. It wouldn't be that hard. Okay, Jalopy.
Commander.
I'm gonna start striving to move up. Try and get into the woods over here.
Move order received.
Because this might be where the fight ends up. Okay. I'll move in there. And then I'm going to do a normal move. Because I don't want to move out too far. We'll go there, and then I'll use brace.
Move order received.
Surprised we have not gotten a sensor lock yet. Okay. So Jalopy
Standing by.
is going to come up into the woods here as we had planned.
Moving out.
Behemoth is going to run up as far as she can. We'll go ahead and take this rough ground, even though that's not necessarily ideal. My character is going to sprint up to here. Let's have Becker actually go first. So, again, gonna hit the move action here. Gonna move to here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use brace, because I already have enough evasion. Wow, I'm really surprised we have not contacted these guys. We're not that far away from their starting location, so... Alright. Well, if we need that, you know, forward group to catch them, that's fine. And we'll use our long-range firepower.
Orders.
Okay. Again, we're going to go ahead and just run up as far as we can, because it seems like we're not yet contacting the enemy.
Commander.
We'll have Jalopy move to do a normal move, because we can move just about as far. And then I'll brace. Get ourselves some nice defense. Again, we're going to do a normal move here.
Position confirmed.
There we go.
We got company.
Okay, again, we're going to brace. Then my character is going to... Alright, so what do we want to do? Because obviously my character benefits the most from being able to attack at close range. We may need to hold off on that for a while, though, so... I'm going to have to take this one careful. The Jenner can give us the sensor locks we need to allow our other mechs to attack at range. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and reserve. Let them go. Okay. Reserve again. Move slowly, so this is just going to be kind of like a fighting retreat. Now, this is going to take a while. This kind of strategy requires patience.
Let's turn them into salvage.
But it's an effective strategy when you're outweighed like this. Especially the kind of firepower they're going to have. Okay. So who to sensor lock? Well, these two are their heavier mechs. I think this was their Yager mech. The Yager mech's not going to have a lot of armor, so if we can take that one out early, that'll make our job kind of easy, as it's their main long-range firepower. It and the not the hunchback, the blackjack. So, my game plan here is I want to move, but I also want to keep them within sensor range. So, right about there will probably do.
Confirmed.
And we'll go with the sensor lock. And if I did this right, that's their Yager mech. It is. Now the problem is they're going to have guarded the whole time I'm doing this, so I don't really want to waste too much of my firepower when that's the case.
Good to go.
Okay. So we'll move up to there, I guess. I mean, wherever I'm going to have a direct line of sight. So, looks like we have one here. Although not a very good one. But if I move here, it's more direct. So, we'll go with that. Now, the problem we have is I don't have them within sensor range. So, the accuracy is going to be slightly worse. But we do have the elevation advantage. So, that will kind of make up for it. Now, with my commando, I can't really afford to go in there and poke them. Alright, fire away.
Roger that.
We do also do good stability damage with our Centurion, so... Although they'll have reduced stability damage because of the garb. So yeah, I can't really even get in there to poke them, so... I might work for a flank, see what I can do with that. It might break them up a little bit, so they don't really know where to go.
Full throttle.
So, that's what I'm going to try and do. And then Jalopy, I don't know just yet. I may
Orders.
only fire one LRM salvo. So we'll turn off the one that's less accurate. We're going to be doing reduced damage.
Acknowledged.
I want to conserve my ammo. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to reserve with everybody. Let them do their
Waiting for
thing.
the shots.
So far, they haven't sensor locked me, so they may not have the ability to do so. But if they do so, then we just move whoever they sensor lock out of their sensor range, and I think that will cut it. But I'm not seeing any sensor locks here. All right, so we'll reserve again.
Standing by.
And at the moment, the strategy is just go after their Jaeger mech because it's going to be the most lightly armored of the bunch. At least from what I remember offhand. So
Commander,
go with Decker first. And again, the strategy here is keep them close enough so that we can sensor lock them.
heading out.
They may be getting a little too close. Sensor range is sadly not that long. Okay, again, strip away that. Again, I have no opportunity to poke them, so I'm going to continue to sprint around back. And we may be able to take the take some pot shots at the back of that Jaeger mech if we do this correctly.
Full throttle.
If they start to get spread out, although they all move about the same speed, so they might not, but if they do start to get spread out, we'll be able to take advantage of it. Okay.
Receiving you.
Now Behemoth is going to attack. The LRM-10. We have a lot of LRM-10 ammo, so we should be firing that off as many times as we can. Okay, and we get guard because of the
Ready for orders.
bulwark. Now Jalopy, there's no real reason to stay where she is, so I'm going to move her a little bit. Just try and keep my distance so they don't end up getting too close. If I stay still too long, they'll eventually catch me. Okay, we only have 60% chance. I'm still going to take it, though.
Engaging target.
Oh, I sensor locked the Hunchback. That was a mistake. I thought that was the... I just now noticed that. Well, we're going to hit who we sensor lock, obviously. So, I have to pay closer attention to where the Jaeger mech is, because I picked the wrong guy here. Okay, well, again, same thing.
Waiting for the right move.
I think this is the Jaeger mech. That was my mistake. Okay. Serve again. It means that one of the mechs that it's closer to me is actually one of the blackjacks. So this is the Jaeger mech. And in there. That's the Jaeger mech there. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
So it's going to be the Jenner's job to get within sensor range. That should be good enough. You get that Jaeger mech again. And sensor lock.
I've got a sensor lock.
There we go. That's the right one. I still can't get around just yet. Let's switch, though, to
Ready for orders.
mechs that can do thing. So, I can hit you with both the AC-10 and the LRM-10, so we'll take that shot. This will probably be the last turn I stay still, though.
Got it.
Okay, hit there. Okay.
Good to go.
Jalopi's going to continue to kind of move around here.
Acknowledged.
And we'll take our shot.
Engaging with target.
I don't know how they're doing here. Okay. As I said, I'm not going to be able to take this in. The concern is if I sprint, though, they'll be able to hit me next turn. So if I'm not careful, they'll really be able to lay into me. They need direct line of sight in most cases, which they may not be able to establish. But I think the right call here... I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to go here. If it turns out to be the wrong choice, I can always, you know, do something about it, maybe. And we'll brace. Give us some extra defense. Okay. At this point, we're going to reserve, see what happens here. So if one of their medium mechs gets too close... Okay. So pretty much what they've just done is made it so I'm definitely going to move my Centurion now. Problem is, if I do that, though, I'll lose a line of sight. Well, actually, that's not necessarily... How would I still have line of sight of him? No, I wouldn't. Ah. Well, we could wait a little bit longer to ensure that we get the line of sight that we need. But we might switch to the Blackjack, now that I know who the Blackjack is. And we'll have Decker lock him up. Okay, we don't want to get too far away. What I may do is jump instead. I might be able to get into a good spot where I still have him in sensor range. I'm going to jump to... Can I get there? I'm going to jump to this rock here. Maybe even the rough terrain. I'll jump to the rough terrain. I don't think the enemy will be able to see me, but if they are, we'll have very good evasion. I could go on the attack now, but I really don't want them to be able to open up on me too much.
I copy.
But they're going to hit the Centurion some more here. It's a little bit of a risk that I took in having him stand still for one turn. But we'll sensor lock the Blackjack to ensure that we see him.
Got a lock.
Now, if they can move... Alright, you know what? Looks like we're going to get away with it. Okay, so we do need to move Behemoth, though. Because if we don't, we'll be in trouble. So if I move here, I can see... I have direct line of sight, but he can't see me anymore. So, perfect situation.
On the move.
And I may even do this, too. The Vigilance. Yeah, let's do that. And now we're going to open fire. Blackjacks have alright armor, but not as good as the... unfortunately, we missed with the good damage. Not as much as the Hunchbacks do. So it would be our second best target if we were going to try and take certain mechs out. Alright, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to counter what I'm trying to do with the flank shot. Which means that I can now focus on the Blackjack quite a bit. I'm going to continue to move, though.
Location confirmed.
And at this point, we might as well fire both LRM-15s, because this is a good shot. So, we'll do that. Fire away.
Affirmative.
He's not fully guarded. He's got the terrain advantage, but other than that, we got him there. Okay, let's reserve. Let's see what the enemy ends up doing with
Standing by.
their Jager mech. Okay. So, I can get away with hit and run attack now. So, what I want to do is I just want to move so I'm barely in line of sight. And then I can sprint away next turn and hopefully be far enough away that they won't be able to counterattack me. They may be able to. So, that is a risk here. So, I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to try and face like that. That way I have the better angle to... Alright, it's going to be kind of an obstructed line of sight regardless, but we'll be able to hit this guy and then run. So this is the whole hit and run strategy. Unfortunately, this is a hunchback, so not really an ideal target. And we didn't hit him in the rear, because he is trying to counter my flank. But it's still damage. It's still gonna hurt him. Okay. Now I do the sprint away. I'm gonna sprint as far as I possibly can, and I'm gonna hug this wall so it's less likely he'll be able to get to me. He may be able to get to me, but considering the terrain that he has to go through, and the fact that we've got a rock in between us, it's unlikely. I also have cover, although if he gets behind me, it won't matter. And I have a lot of evasion. So I'm hoping that's enough. Okay. Well, at this point, we may as well reserve. See what the enemy's going to do.
Copy that.
The blackjack may be able to get close enough to get that line of sight again. No, it wasn't. For a brief moment, maybe, but it didn't manage to keep it. So, again... Right now, the best target for us is going to be this blackjack. So, I think we continue to reserve, though.
Waiting for my opening.
Because I may be able to use the Jenner here offensively. Okay, so we'll see if the hunchbacks are able to catch me. They are unsuccessful. Okay. We have to reserve one more time, so that way the...
Aye, aye.
Jager mech won't be able to really respond. Okay. Now, Decker can be used offensively. And in that regard, it looks like we're just going to have to go out in the open. I mean, I'll have the initiative advantage. This is kind of the good thing about having light mechs. This is why I say tonnage doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you're better. Heavier mechs are not necessarily always better, much as the game may say so.
Let's see how you like this.
This is an already damaged side, so we are hitting possibly some internals. Okay.
Solid connection on that one.
Now this guy's gonna have good defense, but at the range that we're at, we should be able to hit him with...
What's up, boss?
We have that line of sight. We should be able to hit him with... Okay. Not quite. But I do think it may be a good call to just go ahead and hit this guy and stay still. Because he may be able to establish line of sight, but then again, we may be able to kill him. Well, let's go with Jalopy first then.
Go.
We're going to go for this kill. I guess we'll go with both LRM-15s, even though it will consume a lot of our ammo. I should probably move, though. So, let's just move back as much as we can and still maintain line of sight. Well, actually, we can hit with our medium lasers if we stay still, maybe? No. If I move forward, I could. And that may be worth doing. Okay. I'd have to move too far forward. So we'll move back instead. If you can't move forward, you move back.
Copy that.
I don't think this is going to be enough to kill a blackjack, but we'll try.
Locking on.
Okay, well there goes the left torso.
Target's taking a critical hit.
If we can kill the Blackjack, they won't be able to follow up with their other mechs. So if I move forward, we can hit with our medium lasers, and that gives us a better chance of killing. So I'm going to do that.
Position confirmed.
Even if it does expose me to enemy fire. And... fire.
All weapons are go.
Okay, we hit him in the head.
Take that.
Alright. So, as part of the hit and run strategy, obviously you don't want them to hit you, so... I'm probably going to have to continue to run here, because if I let them move again, they'll probably be able to get here. So, ideally you want to do it in a situation where you can move last and come in, hit them, and then move first on the next turn to avoid the, any retaliation. I mean, that's the ideal. Let's go ahead and sprint, though, because that's going to be the best way we're going to pull away from these guys. Now, what may happen here, if I'm not careful, is the Yagurmech may be able to catch me on the other side. So if I go out like this, the Yagurmech may be able to catch me over here. So let's try and get in behind this rock. I don't know if that will obscure vision or not,
Full
but
throttle.
I'm hoping it will. Okay. Now we have to make a decision here.
Waiting for
Do I
orders.
continue to hit the Blackjack, not knowing if I'm going to be able to finish it off? I don't think that it would be wise to continue to keep hitting it. Not unless I can get into a position where we get good evasion in the attempt. Well, I think this is alright. Let's try this.
Roger that.
We're trying to take the Blackjack out so the others don't use its line of sight. So, I think it's worth the attempt.
Giving him everything I've got.
I probably should have done the precision strike now that I think about it. We also did a lot of missing. Okay, you're gonna jump. You're gonna go after a Centurion. Alright, well my follow-up move is to attack with the Centurion. We'll get that guard up.
Minimal.
So if they are able to follow up,
Ready for order.
we'll at least have that. In this case, I am going to go with the precision strike, so we are able to try and take him out. And fire.
Giving him everything I've got.
Got him. Alright, so they no longer have this guy's line of sight. Now the Yagurmech may be able to give them the line of sight.
Hostile removed.
But the problem with that is that Hunchbacks have close range weapons. I'm really hoping they won't be able to establish a line of sight, otherwise this was a problem. Okay. Now I no longer have line of sight at the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait. See if they will give me that line of sight. Okay, so they're coming back around. Okay, let's wait for their Yagurmech. Okay.
Standing by.
I can't establish a line of sight here, so not really a whole lot I can do. Now, I don't know if it does the thing with heavier mechs where if you reserve, it wraps back around, but I'm just going to hit brace here. I think that's the right move. I could also move a little closer and then hit brace. Honestly, wouldn't necessarily be a bad move. Yeah, let's do that.
On my way.
Okay. Alright, so at this point, again, they may be able to establish a line of sight here. I'm going to just hit reserve, and we'll find out. They've got 2 mediums mechs left. If this guy is able to establish a line of sight and fire at me, that'd be scary. But yeah, he was the one that was most likely going to be able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and reserve again.
Acknowledged.
Because at this point, I'm not really afraid of what their other hunchback's going to be able to do. Because he's the same amount of slow that his friend is. So let's reserve. This is going to allow the Yagermech to attack me. But I've got two of my guys,
Standing by.
you know... Oh, alright. Interesting. So, with this, I will be able to hit and run effectively. I'm going to try and give vision of two of these guys. So we'll move here. But then I'll just sprint back away that way, and they shouldn't be able to catch me. So we'll turn like that so we can turn around easily. Okay, that was a nice sized rock, so it probably would have blocked their line of sight. So that was a good spot to stand. Okay, so now we see all of them. Let's open up on the Yagermech, because that's the thing that, you know, we're going to try and kill here. So we're going to fire. Okay, managed to get a head hit. That's good. Okay, so far so good.
Waiting for orders.
I might be able to get the back. If I go with
Standing by.
Decker here, I might be able to get one of these guys back. Oh, I'm just out. I'm just out of being able to get his back. All right, well, in that case, we should just do a normal move, because it's not going to make much difference. And we'll continue to go after the Yagermech here. Now, this will be our third turn firing, so I don't know if we'll be able to fire everything. We will. All right, well, let's fire. We might take out the leg here, as we are attacking that side.
Standing by.
Oh, I guess we might as well just stand still and continue to open up. And fire.
Confirmed.
Okay. And Jalopy.
Leaving you.
I think at this point, we'll go ahead and fire both LRM-15s. They've got a good firing solution. Yeah, he's going to reduce the damage, but it's a nice side shot. Should I move before I do that? You know, get some evasion up? It's probably not going to affect the accuracy of the shot too much. As long as I maintain the vision, obviously. Yeah, that'll be alright. We still are maintaining the cover. We're still maintaining a little bit of evasion. And go ahead and open up here. We might even be able to get the guys back if he continues to go after the commando. And honestly, we're going to knock him down here. Both because the leg was knocked out, but we did a lot of stability damage there. So that Yagermech is going to be very slow. Okay, so at this point, I have to run away. Kind of already mentioned that. So we'll run as far as we can over this way, and we'll work to get there back.
Full throttle.
I'm gonna have to do the same thing with Decker, even though it's tempting to keep shooting here. They will more than likely be able to get line of sight of me if I don't move. Because I can see them, so they probably can see me. I mean, that's usually a safe bet. If you can see them, they more than likely can see you. So, we're going to move to get a little bit away. If I jump, I'll probably be able to get behind in here, where they definitely won't be able to see me. And we'll go ahead
Up high.
and sensor lock the downed Yagermech. Now, because the Yagermech's heavy, we will be able to hit it. It won't have guard anymore, so it'll be full damage. Okay, they're going to continue to chase after the commando. See, that's going to be their downfall. Okay. Well,
Waiting for
at this
orders.
point, attacking with Jalopy makes the most sense. And we'll go for the center torso to try and get that kill. We could try and remove firepower by removing the side torso and get another pilot hit. But I think just go after the center torso, try and get that kill while we're doing full damage.
On it.
I mean, we got it anyway, so...
Scored a critical hit.
Okay, another injury for that pilot. And again, the hunchbacks are just chasing after the commando here. Now, it's very tempting to try and get them in line of sight. But I think we're better off just attacking as is. Again, go for the center torso. And we have a pretty good chance of killing this guy.
Let's hit him hard.
Okay, well, we took out the left torso, which kills the pilot, because that was enough pilot injuries to take it out. Alright, do I think that they'll be able to catch me this turn? Maybe. So, in that regard, we should continue playing this game with them. So, I'm going to go ahead and do a move, get away from them, and we'll also brace to make us defendable if they are able to turn the corner and get the vision of me, which I'm not sure they'll be able to. Now, if I had sensor lock, I'd be sensor locking them right now, but I don't. So, that's just the way that I set up that pilot. At this point, might as well just reserve, because I don't know what they're going to do. And it's better to sensor lock them after they've moved, because you're getting rid of their evasion. Okay, he was able to establish... Well, maybe I saw him. Maybe he didn't see me. Okay, well, we'll reserve again, because... no point in letting the other hunchback get me. Okay, so this guy's going to reroute. Oh, and it looks like he'll be able to see me. Gonna go after a Centurion. Which, you know, I'd prefer he didn't, but we can take that kind of damage. Alright, well, we have ourselves a target here. At this point, the generator's still running hot. So, I think we... I'm gonna move up a little bit, just so that we're ready for a hit-and-run attack in the future. I'm gonna sensor lock this guy, so he's a nice target for our other mechs.
Got a lock.
We're going to do a lot of damage. In my opinion, it wouldn't necessarily be wise, though, to stick in and try and trade blows to the hunchback.
Receiving you.
I can move and still... I can't get evasion, though, so I'm kind of thinking, why don't I just stick here, continue to fire. We keep that guard up. I can do a, you know what? That's tempting. He's giving me his back. Alright, we'll do a split shot then. So, you're A. You're B. And we're going to go with the LRM-10 for B. And we're just going to hit him in the back. Okay, fire away.
Roger that.
Now, the AC-10 is what we want to hit with. And then this is going to be in the back, so any of this damage is going to be, yeah. And
Target's taken a critical hit.
the reason I took the shot is hunchbacks have terrible rear armor. So Jalopy, if she has the shot, should take that shot. It's a long range, but I still say we take it.
Rear armor it is.
Okay.
Critical hit, Commander.
That's some pretty heavy damage there. Alright. So, again, this guy is a threat to me. If I let him get caught up with me, I might eat some damage here. All he has left, though, is a medium laser and a small laser, and he won't catch me, so I may just let him move. My light mech really doesn't have a move either, unless we want to attack before the hunchback can move and get into cover, but we wouldn't kill him, so there's no point in doing that. Let's just reserve. They'll be able to sling a medium laser at me, but that's not really that scary. And we'll be able to counterattack him. The problem that I have is I can't let him catch me. I can't let him punch me, because if he punches me, that will hurt a lot. So that's the concern. Okay, so at this point, the best move is to just open up with everything with Behemoth while the range is still good or the LRM-10s. So we'll open up with everything. We will overheat if I do that, so let's turn off medium laser. I could precision strike him, which would make him not be able to move, and honestly, that's a good call. And we'll go after the right torso, see if we can get rid of... because that's where all of his firepower is, in the right torso. Okay. We got it. And I think we knocked him down too, which is going to be a... oh, we're just barely away from knocking him down. But if we knock him down, that will be it. He will take a ton of damage. So
Ready for orders.
where I am... I'm going to take the risk in moving forward, because we could get our medium lasers in here. We're running out of LRM ammo. And this salvo might be enough to put him down. So I think we go for that. And I could do a precision strike if I wanted to. I think it's kind of a waste at this point, though. So let's just fire.
Acknowledged.
Okay, we killed him.
Let's get this done.
Okay. So now we need to help the commando with the remaining mech. So
Ready for
Decker's going to move forward and try and get the guy in sensor range so we can sensor lock him. I'm not really able to pull that off unless maybe I jump. No, still not able to pull that off. So we're just going to sprint to get as far as we can. See if we can help out in the future.
Let's move.
Alright, so I do have to consider that I have better initiative. So if I attack now, I could still run away. And he wouldn't be able to get close enough to punch me. So let's go to our mech. Alright. So we could attack from the side. And I could just, you know, attack from the side and then blow past him, run this way. Alternatively, I just, you know, barely am able, you know, just barely put him in vision. And then we run away this way. Either tactic would work. He doesn't have anything to work with. No guard status, no nothing. So he should be fresh, though. Armor from this side. I think this is the better tactic, though, because we're running the way that we want him to go. But if we do this attack, he has to turn around, and he may not be able to do it fast enough. I think we go with this attack. It has a little bit of risk in it, but we should be okay. He's already moved, and we just hit him at close range here. We're hitting him on a fresh side, but that's all right. Fire.
All weapons committed.
Okay, we got a crit there, and we got a head hit. That's going to get us a little closer to killing him.
Detected.
Okay, let's see what we can do with Decker here to help out. I'm not going to be able to get in there to attack, so what I could do if I really want to be ballsy here is we hit him in the back. We may be able to get the kill, but I have to consider the fact that he may not go down to that. So, and if I do this, he may punch me. So that would be devastating. So it's very tempting to do sometimes, but sometimes you just have to realize what you can get away with and what you can't get away with, and, you know, cut your losses. So I'm going to sprint away. He may be able to hit me with a medium laser, but that would be a hard shot for him to pull off. And as much as I could get that guard status, I don't think there's a point in doing so. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to reserve. We're going to let him go. As I said, he's going to turn around and try and get me. But he has to turn all the way around to get me. He may be able to get in sight range, but if he does, all he has is a medium laser. Which he did hit me with. Wow. What an ass. Well, it still was a good call on my part.
Orders?
Okay, well, let's hit him here. We'll do this.
On the move.
It's only 1 evasion, so... We'll burn through that now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to precision strike him. That way that we have more accuracy here. We'll go for his head. Let's try and get the head kill.
Firing. Full complement on enemy. Okay, let's go.
That's unfortunate we destroy the AC-20, but... Alright, excellent work, Commander. The zone is clear. The board is green. Let's go home.
Mission successful.
Alright, that was definitely challenging, for sure, because these were heavier mechs, but by using proper tactics, we were very rarely hit. Okay, we're done with that, so we get our cash. I don't know if we're going to have to repair the commando. It looks like we are. Nobody got injured, so that's good. 1,600 experience, so that's pretty good as well. Okay, let's move on. See what kind of salvage we're going to get. Alright, so I don't really care about the blackjack. We already have one part of this hunchback. I could almost get the other hunchback, because we did get a head kill, so it still gives us all of the parts. I think we go for that. We also got a kill here. Did we get a head kill on this guy? Oh, it was a pilot kill. So we could get a Yager mech as well, which is a heavier mech, but I like hunchbacks. They're very good. So I think we go with that. We just kind of hope on the die roll that we get the rest of the parts that we need. And if we do, then that's great. Who knows? We might even get a full Yager mech here too. So let's confirm. Okay, we didn't get the other hunchback, unfortunately. Well, we didn't get the full hunchback. We did get a part for that other hunchback, so we have 2 of 3 for both types, both variants of the hunchback. And we get some weapons and some heat sinks and jump jets and things. All right. All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.